Welcome to the WHHI Daily News. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Let's begin our newscast with today's news headlines. The hunger fighting group Feeding America says 24,000 of our neighbors in Beaufort and Jasper counties are food insecure, a group almost as large as the population of Bluffton. Many organizations in the Lowcountry are working on that problem. The Lowcountry Food Pantry in Bluffton handed out 250 Thanksgiving meals earlier this week, and groups like Bluffton Self-Help, the Deep Well Project, and Second Helpings are also providing assistance. One of the state legislature's biggest accomplishment this past session was a breakup of DHEC, the Department of Health and Environmental Control. The leader of the new health-only department will most likely be Beaufort's Dr. Edward Simmer, who was interim director of DHEC during much of the COVID crisis. Simmer is still an active member of the Navy and has formerly served as deputy director of the military's TRICARE health plan. And Beaufort County government is trying to be a little bit more transparent these days. The county has released a report showing that former Assistant County Attorney Brittany Ward's parents made $144,000 in profit in a land deal where they sold a 2-acre parcel to the county through the Rural and Critical Lands Preservation Program for its appraised value 3 years after they had bought it. Now, Ward represented her parents in first purchasing the land, and an investigation by an outside law firm shows that she did recuse herself from the resale. She has since resigned from the county. And the underwater foundation of Chambers Waterfront Park in Beaufort has begun to crumble. Officials are working to hire a Charleston-based engineering company to recommend solutions. Now, with McSweeney Engineers expected to hire other firms to help tackle the choice of whether to repair or replace the park and its docks. Both engineers and the city say all options are on the table. The city has already spent over $1 million to stabilize pilings under the docks in the last few years after a more extensive renovation nearly 20 years ago. And finally, when you're watching the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade on Thanksgiving morning, among the marching bands in the procession will be USC's Mighty Sound of the Southeast, thanks in large part to donations from 3 of the state's most famous ambassadors. Now, year-long fundraising by the band was still about $75,000 short of paying for the trip. USC alum Darius Rucker, football coach Shane Beamer, and women's basketball icon Dawn Staley wrote the checks necessary to finish the band's trip. And now the 375 band members will be marching down 6th Avenue for the very first time, and we'll be watching. For more information on these stories and many more, please check out the media sources listed on your screen. And remember to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, and you can check out our website at WHHITV.com. And if you have a news tip, a story idea, or even a cool weather photo, well, just email it to us at news@WHHITV.com. And now let's get an update on the weather from Maria that is sponsored by Lowcountry Crawl Spaces. Maria?
Thanks, Robyn. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're going to see warmer, wet weather for the next couple of days, but then we are going to be seeing more of that winter weather as we get into the weekend. So taking a look at Wednesday, it's going to be partly cloudy with Hilton having a high 69, a low of 60, Bluffton's of a high 72, a low of 58, and Beaufort's of a high 71 and a low of 57. The sunrise for Wednesday is going to be at 7:03 and sunset's going to be at 5:18. Taking a look at the tides, low tides going to be at 1:26 p.m. and high tides going to be at 6:17 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, a little bit into the weekend. Thursday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and going into the evening. Highs will be in the mid-70s, lows going to be in the upper 50s. Then come Friday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, but we're going to see a dip in temperatures with the highs are going to be in the low 60s and lows are going to be in the mid-40s. And then come Saturday, it's going to be sunny, but the highs are only going to get into the mid-50s and lows are going to drop down into the upper 30s. That's it for your Lowcountry Crawl Spaces weather. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thank you, Maria. Stay with us, because after the break, we'll visit with Lisa Richardson, who was at a big firefighter graduation.